Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And I just got word that my Shelby GT350 is finally ready for pickup. There were a number of things done, repairs as well as upgrades that we're gonna get into later in the video. So if you guys are excited and enjoy the content, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Let's get into it.
A few moments later.
Woo-wee. Just got the Shelby back. Pumping some gas right now. Because we were low. low. I gotta wash this car though. It's always weird kind of pumping 93 still. I almost grabbed the E85 pump. And if I didn't catch myself, oh man, I would have been sitting here for a minute. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now, you guys can see, it is the next day, man. I had some things to take care of yesterday. Did not have much time to record on the way home. But as you guys can probably see, we got a check engine light on the car. I will go ahead and address this. You guys are also gonna see that it's gonna be showing the drive mode selection not available intermittently. I'm gonna go ahead and address that. But we're gonna pull up to a spot so I can go ahead and explain and also show everything that was done to the Shelby GT350, man. The oil pan gasket has been replaced. The IMRC has been actually fully deleted, and we should be good to go to get the car tuned on E85 very shortly to make some more horsepower. But until then, we do have to go ahead and get a revision to get this check engine light removed and to make sure everything is good to go, man. There it goes. Drive mode selection not available. Now, I'm actually just gonna speak on this now because, you know, it makes sense. I'm driving the car. What essentially is going on is I'm now throwing the code for the active exhaust actuator, which is malfunctioning. So pretty much, I can't toggle between the sport and the track exhaust. I can leave it in normal, obviously, because that's where the car was last left when the actuator went out. But I can go ahead and remove advanced track. I can go ahead and adjust the steering feel. It's just that I can't adjust how loud the car is, which in all reality isn't a huge deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that addressed ASAP. I'm right now waiting on a revision from Rob Shoemaker to pretty much get this check engine light removed. Now, what's going on is when the car actually got pro-charged and the IMRCs were deleted, because you have to do those deletes with the Shelby GT350 if you do boosted, or you should do the IMRC deletes when you boost the Shelby GT350. It was deleted on what I was told the passenger side, and it wasn't fully deleted on the driver's side. Now, again, that's what I was told. I don't know for sure, but maybe the intake manifolds as far as the IMRCs are different with the Gen 3, Gen 2, and Gen 1 versus the Shelby GT350 intake manifolds. So the IMRC completely deleted passenger as well as driver's side. And because when the car was originally tuned, it was tuned for like technically just deleted on the passenger side, it's now throwing the exhaust code for the intake manifold runner on bank 2, which is going to be on the driver's side. So gonna get a revision to get that sorted, but for the most part, you know, the car drives perfectly fine, man. I am noticing that just on idle, again, I haven't done any watt pulls yet because I want to wait till I get a revision. I have noticed on idle the car is running a little bit richer. I do believe that's probably due to the fact that the air fuel is now technically off because one IMRC was deleted, one wasn't. The car is tuned for, well, technically the car was tuned for one of them being deleted. So we'll see exactly what's going down after the revision. Hopefully I get that revision later today. If I'm able to go ahead and get the revision later today and flash it on the car, I will go ahead and include it in this video, but I'm not too sure. It's usually like a 24-hour to a 48-hour window to get a tune revision. But until then, I'm just gonna be just driving the car regularly. I'm not gonna put it into boost because I don't wanna know, if, the air fuel is off under watt. But typically when you do have vacuum leaks around like the IMRC and the intake manifold specifically, it's the idle that is kind of like tweaking out a little bit. I mean, you can kind of see it right now. It's hovering around like 13.9, 14. I mean, it's 14.4. So it's a little bit rich, and then, it kind of goes back to where it should be. I'm just gonna get everything kind of situated before I start, going at the car again, because obviously that would not be a smart decision. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's crazy because right now my old temp's like 192, and if I was in the 2024, it'd be like probably 230 right now, which is kind of crazy. I need to get the oil cooler on that car ASAP. Now, what I'm also gonna go ahead and elaborate on, I'm gonna roll my window up a little bit so you guys can hear me, because this is actually really important. As far as the oil leak, like I said previously, as well as in the intro, the car had the oil pan gasket, which was leaking. Now, I was actually unaware of this, but the oil pan gasket leaking is actually a recall on the 2016 to, I believe, the 2018 Shelby GT350s. I didn't know about that. So that's something that was bound to happen. Luckily, I was able to get it fixed up relatively quickly before anything catastrophic happened while driving the car under load. I'm really happy about that, because there was a lot of oil that was on like the belly pan. It was crazy. All that's been cleaned up, so that's a W. I know some people were trying to say that it was the shop's fault that did the install, but at the same time, it really isn't, because this is a recall for this car. So it's not Bombera's fault at all. This is something that it's just, I guess, common on 2016 through 2018 Shelby GT350s. So if you have a 2016 through 2018 Shelby GT350 and you're noticing like a slight oil drip in your garage or whatnot, or you're starting to smell like a burning smell and you don't really know where it is, it's highly possible that it is your not intake manifold. It's highly possible that it is your oil pan gasket that is leaking. So check that out, get it inspected, get a diagnostic done, because you don't want to be driving around with that leaking, because that's going to cause the car to lose oil. I was like almost a quart low of oil after that 20-minute cruise when mine started to leak. So that's very dangerous, especially if you're taking it to the track, or if you're gonna go roll racing and you don't intend on getting out of your car for an extended period of time after getting on it. So I want to go ahead and make that kind of clear, so nobody is running into any potential issues, man. That's one thing about my channel. I like to go ahead and kind of give you guys the scoop on some things to prevent you guys from going through some of the stuff that I've had to go through with this car. So we got the oil filter leaks, as well as the intake manifold gasket that can leak on this platform. Which is kind of interesting, I ain't gonna lie. Oh man, I want to do a watt pull right now, but I saw a cop back there at number 2. Like, I kind of want to wait till I get the revision, and then you best believe we're gonna go get some watt pulls, because now that we don't have a vacuum leak, technically, the vacuum leak could have been causing timing to be pulled, because when we got the car originally on the dyno, after getting, you know, it tuned, it was only making, well, it was only pulling about 13 degrees of timing. Now, or I should say, it was only getting up to 13 degrees of timing. Could that have been because of a vacuum leak that developed on the dyno? Who knows? So we'll see. So I've heard from tuners and stuff like that, that, you know, vacuum leaks can cause all sorts of weird things. So hey, we're gonna find out, man. Do some pulls and see, you know, if the car is feeling a little bit different, just pulling a little bit harder. I probably should put some octane booster in this vehicle as well. Which, if I do, you best believe you will see a video comparing, you know, just regular pump 93 versus pump 93 with octane booster. Sunoco 93, because that's like the only gas that I pump in both my cars. Man, we got a cop back there. We got a cop right there. He's on like a crazy shoulder, bro. Like, oh my goodness. That shoulder's actually nuts. Man, this drive mode not available thing popping up 24/7. Is there a way I can like completely just tune that out so it doesn't like continuously pop up every couple seconds? Like, man. People looking at the car and shit. So I gotta get the sensor in. I gotta go ahead. I'm gonna do that because it's kind of like toward like the back end of the car. You can kind of get underneath it and swap out the sensor. I'll make a video on that as well. Making the car loud again. I'll definitely make a video on that. But right now I'm gonna pull up to a spot. I want to go ahead and just cruise the car, man. It's been like 2 weeks since I've like been really able to cruise the car. It still backfires and pops even in the normal mode. Woo. My bad, good sir. I did not realize that was a merge lane. crazy, man. Like, I feel like this thing, I mean, it's in quote-unquote quiet mode. I don't know what the hell was going on over there, but that definitely was not towards me because I was way out that fool's lane. It's in quiet mode, yet like it's popping and banging and loud as hell. You really tell that it's in quiet mode under watt though, because the tone is noticeably different. I think it pops more in like sport, but spot though. Ironically, I need to get groceries, so this kind of works out. Come on. I'm gonna pull up somewhere like kind of toward the back. Ah, they're parking right there. Or you could just put it like, I guess like right here, kind of toward the back of everything. Whew. All right, so man, let's go over under the hood because some things have changed. We got some new mods. We didn't just do some maintenance items, which honestly was like the most important thing, but we got some new mods under the hood. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that in a couple seconds. All right, so I wanna go ahead and show you guys the codes the car is throwing. So we're gonna read the DCT codes just in case you guys have a similar issue going on. You guys can see here we have a number of codes. These are all going to be relating to the IMRC delete. This P2011 code, intake manifold runner control circuit. I looked this up. This is specifically for the IMRC. Obviously, because it's been deleted, it's going to be throwing this code. So I need to get a revision to essentially completely tune that out. But all these other codes are going to be dealing with the IMRC. And this last code right here, it says no description available, but I did go ahead and Google this. This has to do with the active exhaust. And this is obviously going to be the issue that I'm having right now. When I try to go ahead and change the mode, it goes ahead and says, obviously, you know, driver mode selection not available. So I'm going to get that situated, and I will report back to you guys hopefully in a video within the next couple of days. All right, so now I'm gonna go over all of the modifications that were done in the car under the hood because some things look a lot different now. So let's get into it. All right, so here's a new look under the hood. You guys can see here that we do have a catch can. I need to reach out the UPR to get the actual like breather because I don't think I got that, but this is the UPR catch can. You guys can see kind of like the release, so it can be easily taken off and emptied. So that's really important. We have the catch can on the car. You can see like back here where the IMRC is fully deleted. And you guys can also see like down here where everything is kind of cleaned up. And obviously that right there is going to be the ProCharger crank support. So that's going to be what was done to the car after getting it back from Hellhorse Performance. We have a number of lines now obviously running to vent to the catch can. Overall, we're making steps in the right direction. We're going to get this car on E85 very shortly, obviously, since I just got the car back from the shop and also just got a detail. I'm gonna get the engine bay detailed, but just got it back from the shop. I want to make sure that everything is Gucci for at least a couple weeks, and then we're gonna get the car back on E85, man. Right now the car makes well, I think it makes, well, I know it makes more than what it been the dyno. The Mustang dyno, it makes 648, but obviously it is running a lot harder than that. Just like the black 2 valve, it reads low on the dyno, but you go out and take it, you know, running, and it runs a lot harder than 648. So I think with just E85, I am contemplating leaving the 8-pound pulley on here right now. This should be actually about 9, but it's only making 8 due to the heat. But I think I'm gonna leave it on there for right now, and then put it on E85, see what it makes. It should be somewhere in the 700s, I think mid to high 700 in all reality. And then we're gonna pulley it down to about I want to say 12, 13 pounds to start, and we're gonna see exactly how much it picks up. I don't really want him to have this car making well over like 850 wheel, just for the fact that I don't necessarily want to turn this into like a quote-unquote like drag car or like a race car. This is a fun street car, you know what I'm saying? Like something that makes 800 horsepower, in my personal opinion, perfect. And considering the fact that I've done all the work to it, at least under my ownership, I know exactly kind of what's going down with this vehicle. So that's where we're at and where we're going in the future. I do want some new wheels and tires though, but I'm not gonna go with like a big and little setup. We're just gonna get some new wheels, some streetable tires like the ET Street SS's, which I've actually really grown to like, or we're gonna switch over to the Nitto R2s. Can't really go wrong. And as far as the front tires, I'm either gonna go with some Michelin Pilot Sports again, just because they actually have the sizing I need, or we're just gonna go with some Nitto NT350 G2s, because you know they're good directional tires. Had them on the black car and I had zero issues. Those Nittos hooked up at like 30-degree weather. That car's making some steam too. So really excited to see what this thing could do on E85. Some lighter wheels, good tires, and some cooler air. So yeah, that's the new setup. After getting it back, oil pan gasket replaced, IMRC is fully deleted, and we have a catch can on here right now. All right, so we're back at the casa. Both cars in the garage, and I also just got the tune revision from Rob, so you will see that in the next video. Stay tuned. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video and interested in more content on the channel, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, man. Stay cool, because it's like 100+ degrees in this garage and 100 outside. Deuces.